August 4th, 2020. I just had to talk my best friend out of proposing. I mean, I think I'm making the correct decision. Because every way I look at it, rationally, every way I think about it, every angle I analyze it at, I'm certain that this is correct. That you should not propose. But at the same time, he's my best friend, you know, like, it's a weird spot to be put into. I have to play devil's advocate against my best friend. For what? Just try and feel better about myself in the morning, I guess? I mean, that doesn't really... Somebody has to be there to look at things rationally at all times. Because there are a lot of times in our lives where we can't look at things rationally. Where we'll try to look at something, we'll try and analyze something, but something else gets in the way. My friend's situation, probably feelings would probably get in the way of him thinking rationally. Also stress, not being able to find a good career, not being able to make a living. Coronavirus has made it especially difficult on all of us, as none of us particularly know what to do, and none of us really know where to go. We're kind of just stuck. But I find myself still asking, am I even, like, the person qualified to reason against him? I mean, no one knows him really better than me. Maybe a couple of other people. But it's not my call, is it? It's hard to really differentiate if something is something I should actually do, or merely something I should think about from a distance. There's never really a correct answer in these kinds of situations, I find. Because at the end of the day, someone is going to feel bad. Let's say I did the right thing and I talked him out of it somehow, and everything was going okay. I still had to intervene. And that doesn't fix the problem. If anything, it expounds it and makes it worse. Because now there's a feeling of dependency. And I feel like that dependency can be a lot. Because we're all just trying to do the best that we can for ourselves. We try and express ourselves in positive ways. We try and think about things in different ways as to understand how other people feel. These are basic human functions, but at what level does it become merely a function and something that you are, or something that you do? Where do you go from being nothing but rational and logical, safe conclusions? Do you really go anywhere? Are logical arguments merely a way to protect myself and to try and protect those around me for the benefit of myself and no one else? At what point does the line get drawn between a thought that you can argue, for? At what point does that become a good thing, even if what you're arguing for makes you feel bad? Are you still in the right for making the argument? For playing devil's advocate, do you truly gain anything? Or do you stand only to lose time and time again? Because you only know how to argue for others. At what point do these arguments become so minute, so minuscule, such a foreign concept, that we can just get along without disagreement? And I'm not asking for world peace. That is a very far conclusion that I would never draw to, as that is such an impossible task. I would never dare try and accomplish such a thing. But I think what I can do is take a look at where somebody is in life and where they've been, and understand why they act the way they do, and what makes them do what they do. How much of that is truly my own thought, or something that I've thought 1,000 times, that I've read somewhere? Or any of my own thoughts my own? Devil's advocate is a hard thing to be. but I think it's a just thing to be, and that you are in the right for being the devil's advocate. Because no one else will. If no one else will be the logic, then you should be the logic. I should be the logic. It's a path that ultimately will lead to ruin. One that we can't be free from because we've chosen it because no one else will. It's our own path. Thank you for listening.